I'm joined now in the studio by Mukta Dutta Tomar. She's India's ambassador to Germany here in Berlin. Welcome, Ambassador Tomar. Now, Pakistan says it's releasing this Indian wing commander who is in their custody as a gesture of peace. Now, there's been a lot of anguish in India about the fate of this wing commander since the first pictures emerged of him blindfolded and his face covered with blood. How does India view this release?
Well, first of all, thank you, Ms. Cheema, for having me here. We are happy that Pakistan has taken this decision to release Wing Commander Abhinandan. We had objected very strongly to the vulgar display that Pakistan had done of an injured personnel of the Indian Air Force, which was not in accordance with international humanitarian law and the Geneva Conventions. And we are happy that Pakistan has showed this maturity to take the step to announce the release of Wing Commander Abhinandan and his return to India.
But to what extent will it de-escalate tensions between the two countries?
If we can just go back a little bit to why we are at this situation today. We are at this situation because of a very important reason of terrorism. You would be aware that this immediate action took place because a Pakistan-based organization, the Jaish-e-Mohammed, which took responsibility for the attack, launched an attack in Pulwama in Jammu and Kashmir on February 14. More than 40 of our security personnel were killed. India asked Pakistan, as we have been repeatedly doing, to address this issue, to capture the people who are convicted, to bring them to justice. Pakistan did not react. In fact, they completely ignored the situation. We then had intelligence reports which suggested, and these were credible intelligence reports, that the Jaish-e-Mohammed was planning another attack. Now, in the face of Pakistan's absolute refusal to act, the only option left to us was to attack the Jaish-e-Mohammed camp. Now, our thing was, it was non-military. It was not an attack on Pakistan. We attacked no military installations. It was a counter-terrorism operation in a very remote part of India, of Pakistan, where there were no civilian populations.
But Ambassador Tomar, Pakistan viewed this act as an act of aggression because Indian fighter planes crossed over the line of control, the de facto border between the two countries in Kashmir. They described this as an act of aggression, but from India's perspective, they were targeting a militant camp. Terrorism being the big issue between the two countries, Pakistan also complains, on the other hand, that India is also supporting small groups and individuals in Pakistan, groups that Pakistan sees as terrorists. What is your response?
I think, the facts and reality of the situation is very different. If you take, for example, Balochistan, okay? Now, Balochistan is an area that has seen absolute state oppression from Pakistan for many, many years. The people are oppressed, they are jailed. You look at the figures of enforced disappearances. There are if you go to mainstream media, if you go to social media, you can see what is happening.
So Balochistan is the area where Pakistan believes Indian intelligence is helping what they describe as terrorists.
This could be nothing further from the truth. They have to address the issues of the Baloch people and other oppressed people in Pakistan who are fighting against the state oppression.
Now, one of the things that one often hears coming out of Pakistan, every time there is some kind of attack in the Kashmir region, on the state that India calls the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Everyone blames Pakistan. In India, everyone blames Pakistan. But there's also homegrown militancy in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And Pakistanis say that India is in denial about the fact that they have alienated sections of the population in Indian-administered Kashmir where militancy is homegrown.
Ms. Cheema, again, the reality of the situation is different from what it is. In India, we are a peace-loving people. We don't indulge in violence as a norm. We have never started a war. If you look at the focus of the people of India, what is their need? Their need is economic betterment. Their need is social development. This is happening all over India. Where there are disaffected people, there are normal mechanisms of a democracy. You can go to the ballot. You can go to the judicial processes. We have, as you know, a very, very vibrant media and civil society sector. You can change governments. There is a process of dialogue. People in India don't need to become terrorists or militants. In Jammu and Kashmir, of course, economic and social development is affected because of the constant fear of terror from Pakistan. Now, if Pakistan stopped infiltrating these masses of terrorists into India, Jammu and Kashmir would also see as high levels of development as the rest of India is doing. Okay. It's unfortunate that repeated acts of terrorism by Pakistan and continuous infiltration of militants, border shelling, is affecting the normal life in Jammu and Kashmir.
See, that is actually, and coming back to the present situation, we seem to be hearing positive statements from the Indian Foreign Minister saying India will react with responsibility and restraint. We're seeing conciliatory statements coming out of Pakistan. I think the need of the time is to pull back from the brink. And it seems both the neighbours have recognized that. Ambassador Dutta Tomar, a pleasure to have you with us on DW.
Thank you very much.